Hey y'all, I'm Aaron Rodriguez, and this video is about Arya Stark of Winterfell from the popular TV show Game of Thrones. If that's something you're interested in, check out the rest of this video. One of the many things to love about Game of Thrones is the attention to character development and transformation. Arya Stark has been so many different characters as the show has progressed. At the start of the story, we are introduced to Arya in Winterfell. She is the daughter of Ned Stark, right? Very proud of this.
You're a Stark of Winterfell. You know our words.
Winter is coming.
After Ned dies at the end of that season, she can no longer be Arya Stark of Winterfell because that becomes a liability. So she is now orphan boy, shut up, don't say anything at all.
Keep your mouth shut, boy.
I'm not a boy!
You're not a smart boy, is that what you're trying to say? Do you want to live, boy?
She wanders around like this for a few seasons and then comes in contact with Tywin, and he's able to figure out that she is a female, so that gig is up kind of there. Tywin was also able to figure out that she was of noble birth by the way that she pronounced certain words.
They say it can't be killed.
Do you believe them?
No, my lord. Anyone can be killed.
So now she couldn't be Arya Stark, and she couldn't be poor orphan boy. She now had to be noble orphan girl. It's not really until she comes in contact with the Hound that she gets to be Arya Stark again. As these two are rolling around together, the Red Wedding happens, and Arya loses more of her family that was just within her grasp. Now she's struggling to understand what that means. It's the Hound that's there to put it in the grim and harsh perspective for her, that this is the world that they live in and these are the consequences at stake. And she needs to become stronger if she wants to survive in this world.
You're the worst shit in the Seven Kingdoms!
There's plenty worse than me. I just understand the way things are. How many Starks they got to behead before you figure it out?
After Arya and the Hound part ways, she goes to Braavos to train to be a faceless assassin. This is where she faces another identity crisis, because she had just become Arya Stark again, and then they are telling her she can no longer be Arya Stark, that she must be no one in order to fully graduate from the Jean-Claude Van Damme School of Assassinry.
Whose sword is that? It belongs to Arya Stark. Arya Stark's sword, Arya Stark's clothes, Arya Stark's stolen silver. A man wonders, how is it that no one came to be surrounded by Arya Stark's things?
But she couldn't do it. She couldn't stop being Arya Stark of Winterfell. She couldn't turn her back on her identity. This is why she couldn't throw away her sword and needle. This is why she killed Meryn Trant, and why ultimately she got kicked out / left the Faceless Men.
Finally, a girl is no one.
A girl is Arya Stark of Winterfell, and I'm going home.
So now this character who had been on the run since the end of Season 1 is now back in Winterfell, back in Westeros, and somewhere along the way she has stopped running. She kind of walks with the confidence of someone who can handle their own shit. Kind of like Ned.
Nobody deserves to die like that. But you just stood there and watched.
Kind of like Jon. But also kind of like Jaqen H'ghar.
To be a dancing master is a special thing, but to be a faceless man?
And Syrio Forel.
What do we say to the god of death?
Not today.
So now that she gets to be Arya Stark of Winterfell again, she is finding her moral compass, which is a good thing, because a lot of characters with her abilities wouldn't have a compass at all. She was ruthless in eliminating House Frey.
You didn't slaughter every one of the Starks.
And she was much more compassionate to Ed Sheeran than Twitter. Arya is a sword that needs continual sharpening. She's been a fighter since the beginning. And now she's training with Brienne of Tarth, the greatest fighter in all of Westeros. Now that Jaime Lannister doesn't have a hand, Ned Stark is dead, Loras Tyrell is dead, the Hound's been defeated. Can Arya make it to the end of the series? Well, I don't know. She's well equipped to, that's for sure. But the point of her character kind of seems like she is a bomb waiting to be detonated, and when it does, it's just going to be glorious and take a lot of people out. But she won't make it. I don't know. Let's see what happens.
The world doesn't just let girls decide what they're going to be. But I can now. With the faces I can choose, I can become someone else. Speak in their voice. Live in their skin. I could even become you.